knows? Might not be the last hurrah.
True.
Chain of Corruption is going to go down again as Tolkien tries to flash away. Volley slows him up. Broken Blade needs another auto. And the experimental Hexblade there doing a lot of work. Diana coming in as Caps comes around for the chase. The Bob flashes over the wall. Caps now on the receiving ends of Agarin's pain, but G2 have 3. And no, lose a man on top side.
Yeah, I do appreciate Agarin trying to demonstrate Pythagoras' theorem on the way up by hitting all shots, managing to connect with all.
Has that Triforce complete now. First tower of the game going over to G2, and it was a minute and 25 seconds ago I said, kind of good for her to know that they're not 5k down, and now they're teetering towards it, 4.5.
Still not there, okay? We're still not there. There is time.
The NNO hopeful in the crowd, still holding on to the fact. They took a Drake, and they're only 4k down. Flash from Carney, misses the bandage shot, Chain of Corruption coming out. LeBron looks to retreat, but his spacing not the best there. Cancelled an auto and will be autoed down by Brookie.
50% of the deaths there, G2 to LeBron, as he ends up getting caught.
No, he's more than that, because NNO have 6 kills and he has 5 deaths, man. Yeah.
I'm looking at the wrong side of the score.
You were being very generous to that ass. As Agarin goes in, gets the double ultimate, but is taken out by G2. Almost survives in the end, does go down. Full of time as well.
Run, Carney!
With Carney's combination. Choose your Mirage goes wide. Caps on the chase, flash away from Brokey. Carney, unfortunately, that mummy is going to continue to be sad. Brokey's going to die. And Scumon's just going to wait for the last possible moment. Oh, man! It's not even Christmas. You can't open your presents now.
It's so much.
From here on out, things could be buoyed up, you know? We've got the tier 1 towers down. That means G2 have to push further. Who you're aiming for aren't just directly in the same lane as you. And they have more ways to dodge around, you know? Oh, the damage from Scumon. The bandage shot is going to hit Custom Sad Mummy. Not going to be used for the time to come out as Agarin dives in, lands a double, but they manage to get one out. Hansama surviving. Caps comes in from the side. In the end, will just be another 1-for-1 exchange.
A little bit of miscommunication on the MF ult there, but still.
Trigger again soon when those ultimates up. Those flashes won't be available to G2. Hansama is down for the next 4 minutes or so. G2 are pushing through mid here. Do have the Rift out as well. Mega Inferno Bomb coming down to try and cull the way, but the slay of the cannon minion survives, and Slay Bells ring as G2 take down the mid lane tier 2.
I know I am listening to what you were saying.
Oh, you're listening.
Honestly, I think G2, again, like, this is kind of what you'd expect from a pro team, just better macro and now gonna kill Tolkien again.
Poor guy, man. He went there and back again, but Tolkien falls in the end. Prepped these for years, man. What my Lord of the Rings addiction is going about. Broken Blade trying to hoard gold in the top lane. A veritable smile. 5,000, 5.5 freaking K the lead for G2 as they put the Rift out down in the top lane to try and crack this tier 2. And as I said, NNO had an opportunity to collapse on G2 as they pushed in for these inner towers. Already 2 of them have been felled.
Oh, okay. Is it wrong? I don't want to be away. Here, yeah.
That's the Umbral Glaive. Arrow available to him, but there's nothing contest coming out from NNO. It's only the second dragon of the game for G2, so you know, much ado about nothing. You don't really have to contest this one. And actually, interestingly, I think a Chemdrake on a 580 carry team is less effective than a Chemdrake on any other team. Because when you're below 50% HP, you're pretty much already dead anyway. Oh god, that's his Brokey. LeBron looking for the flank position. Brokey should just be able to walk this one out. With no wave there, G2 can't really knock on the tier 2. Oh, great curse of the Sad Mummy into the pullback from the Dynamo ultimate. Skew is here. Agarin falls to Skew. The Mega Inferno Bomb does not find its mark as G2 find 2 in what was a play begun by NNO.
That's what we call less than popular in the business. Is Tolkien actually starting to come in the back end? Is Hansama caught here?
Okay. What can you do, Tolkien? Boomerang out, Hansama trying to retreat his way away. No, Brokey flashes forward as well, just to make sure that Hans is in the dirt. Has a little chuckle to himself. G2.
A2 managing to turn that one around.
I wonder if it's Corky's tank, and it does have the upgraded Mercury treads as Carney goes in once again onto LeBron. Now needs to try and get out, and this is one of the problems with the Mumu support. If you do not have the backup and the damage, it takes you a long time to waddle your way back to safety.
How much of that was on Mumu versus Carney just not having anyone around him, you know?
Little column A, I mean, a Mumu, it's thematic for him not to have anyone around. Tolkien is in the ground once again. Caps looking for the chase. Agwin able to dodge his way out, but G2 now really running the map. There's no way.
Oh, no.
It's met by Broken Blade, a piercing arrow. And he hits those. BB 5-1 now on this Varus top.
Do you think BB is now unlocked? Basically what Mirren unlocked in himself in the LEC, where he's like, I now understand why you play Varus top all
He's
the
seen
time.
the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all ones and zeros to him. There's no snow on the screen. There's no jingling.
Kind of rude, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, and I assume it's a 20-minute one as well. As the arrow connects it, Blue Buff trying to be stolen away. Curse of Mummy coming out, but Skewmon just dodges away, and the bullet time hits absolutely nothing. Skewmon making like Neo and dodging all of it. A double for Skew. Tolkien trying to get the one down as Hansama gets the node to the wall, flash away with a cleanse. NNO just can't find purchase. G2 rip him to pieces. 5-0.
I think this was done. You won the fight.
You know,
Yeah.
gotta give the viewers a peek behind the curtain from time to time. True Shot Barrage comes out. We'll give vision on Carney and Brookie. Hansama standing here looking. Let's see perhaps if they can find a fight. Caps is a little bit isolated. Uncharted Kusalao is going to hit onto the backline there. Now Caps begins to turn it around. Hansama dashing forward onto Brookie. Caps in the 2v1. Agwin dashing onto him. Caps does go down, but with the volley support and the follow-up, the rest of NNO fall around. No way. And I'm afraid his name is eponymous. No way out for him. He gets one, but he'll fall for it.
And look, at least, I don't know, we're still trying things, seeing if they can make it stick, but unfortunately for them, G2, they're going to open up their base and start to make their way in towards the next.
Yeah, triple grubs for them. They can push in very quickly here. It's early in the game, so short respawn time is for NNO. 10 seconds on Brookie and Carney. And with Tolkien coming across to cover, G2 will back away. Next Drake up in 7 would be their third of the Hollow Necks and such.
That'd be sick.
You know? Experiment a little. 100 Thieves had the right idea.
Yeah, I agree.
And now they're out of the league, so maybe it was the wrong idea, who knows?
But they still do the apparel stuff, right? So they have something going.
Brookie caught out here, the Scryer's Bloom spotted him alongside Agwin, who will dash in onto Broken Blade, but he just gets deleted. G2 31-11, 56 petals to 16.
And that was without the exhaust being used. Yeah.
That's the big difference
yeah.
maker, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 respectable 1v1s. LeBron broke the truce there, sending an arrow at Tolkien when he was fighting against Carney, who doesn't land the bandage toss and might be in need of a little bit of a bandage repair himself. He does, in the end, get onto LeBron, but he dies for it.
I respect Carney in that one because he respects the rules of supportive combat.
it was
he
supportive combat,
only did damage to LeBron.
Valid.
Yeah. And you know what? I salute him for that. I think that's well necessary. Tolkien, goodbye, mate. Jesus. That was just gone.
Someone chucked the ring into Mount Doom there. It's just like, no, everything's destroyed. It's all gone. It's all doomed. Triple in him.
the front yard, everything.
Broken Blade has a flank position here. Chain of Corruption is going to land again as NNO are just being ripped to pieces inside their own base. 1,000 gold for Agarin! Maybe that's the start of the comeback for NNO. I think not, though. As Carney comes out, Curse of Sad Mummy for the stun. Carney unable to pick one up. LeBron ignited, not quite.
Oh,
the Ash survives as G2 pick up the first win of Wraithful League of its own 2025. Lost returns.
Yeah, that was my worry, was if you don't take the Braum yourself, you end up giving that Braum across, and he's very strong with, you know, answering for that Wukong engage or the follow from the Mbessa, but either...
3 grubs just allows you to take those plates a little bit quicker. You've got 5 minutes left with those plates on the map, so this trade very much is about trying to get that extra bit of gold before the next dragon.
Fighting, or stop the full scaling and just go for these fights. Like, we got options as Camilo, that's not where you want to be, lad.
Yeah, Camilo's getting caught out. There's the Emperor's Divide going down. Shockwave lands, but he doesn't really have an escape. Lost returns on the board first. 12 minutes into the game.
What dragon specifically would have the hairiest chest, but we'll wait and see whatever comes in third.
Good point. Good point. I feel like mountain
I
dragon.
feel like this is how scientific research works.
Hey, look, no fight. Oh, Camilo looking the shot with Magnusson comes in. There's the culling. Living up to his name as Velia falls first. Emperor's Divide keep Nemesis and Reckless safe, and they will back away. We even it out at 1-1. And that's enough, guys.
The handshake. There's like, look, we got to even it out.
Okay. Yukino is right here, Mouse.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Round the corner, round the bend, perhaps, as Baus is about to be dismounted from Skull, who'll run to the nearest bush. He flashes away, but Kalist is there. He charges straight into the wall, and Baus will fall. Kalist gets him. The next kill a lot quicker as Tau has to flash away on the bottom side. Lost Return is looking to collapse, knowing that KC were taking their time taking down Baus.
No public execution for Tau. This is a little risky staying under the tower.
Goes and clears out the minion wave. Redemption comes out, but they just don't have the damage yet. It's only a Nash's Cataclysm used as well in the end. Lost Returns will take him out. It's a lot longer than they would have liked.
Sometimes you just like the simplicity, right?
Exactly,
it's an easier
right.
life. You don't have to think about what's best in this situation. It's a pink one.
The only decision you really had to make was when do I get oracles? Because if I die with it, it's gone.
Exactly.
So it's like when can I buy this on Sona? You know?
Yeah.
Kamilu?
Or Annie support.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good old days when she had that extended attack range.
Yeah.
A bit of a catch here from KC as they gate Lost Returns away from getting back towards the mid lane, but with that mid lane tower already down, KC
Probably Flash. They're not entirely convinced they can go for play with Dragon up.
So what are you doing? Are you gonna try and take the fight? Lost Returns setting in as 3. You can
It's a
come in
risky
from this
move.
side as well. Prime looking for it. Flash away from Crowny. Shadowing Strike was about to find the stun. At the moment, a 5v4 in Lost Returns' favor, but Tao's on his way across on that Mbessa. Baus having to jump away. Scuttlecraft going over to Lost Returns. The Magnet Storm onto 2. Public execution for the follow-up. The Womboist of combos. A Cyclone on Velia blows him away as KC take the fight 3-0.
That was clean from KC. The immediate jump onto the Azir. Doesn't even get a half a second to use that Emperor's Divide. And KC starting to run away with this.
Yeah, that was really devastating. A 3,000 gold lead now as well for them. They get their second Drake. They'll get a tower on the bot side just to extend that lead. And Yukino finding the backline alongside Prime with that. Now we're sitting at 2 items. Spear and Eclipse complete on him. Shadow Flame and Ludens finished on a Camilo. Kalist on his way across it. Does have the Infinity. Has public execution going down onto Bounce. He does still hold on to his flash. There's a culling, he'll use it to dash away. Now dismounted, and Kalist comes in for a bit more of a chase. Redemption not in time when it comes out, but isn't enough healing. The Cyclone used on Nemesis as well. The Emperor's Divide not enough to keep him safe. Velia now needs to get out, has to flash, but Yukino will chase him down. A counter redemption won't be enough for the auto. On his way, the red buff, I think, actually from Yukino secures the kill, and across the map, Lost Retones are being taken out.
The fact you're losing on both sides of the map is a disaster for Lost Retones, and KC now are opening the base, starting Anakan, pushing mid, and just doing everything you could possibly want, although Tao might need to dip from here.
He has the flash, he'll jump onto Crowny, flashes the wall. Crowny, good, using the explosive shot there to get the jump back in, gets the shutdown. Meanwhile, on the top side, Yukino has started up the Anakan. TP coming out from Nemesis. It's actually Baus who's going in with the TP alongside Nemesis. The 2-man squad gonna charge towards the Anakan. They don't have a smite though, and Yukino does, but it's Kamilu who secures it. Baus now having to dash his way away, will be dismounted. Lost look AC as they head their way up towards this top side. Nemesis perhaps a little bit overextended. Yukino looking for that flank position. Prime's on his way. Does not quite have the flash. The Emperor's Divide out. He takes that. It's a big ultimate used as Kalist is jumped on by Baus, but can dash across the wall with the relentless pursuit. Yukino caught out with the Glacial Fish, but another ultimate invested by Lost Retones. Velia looking for that Cataclysm. Tao's going to TP in. The Cyclone once again to stop Velia finding the engage. Perfectly played by Yukino, and it will mean 2 more kills over to the boys in blue.
Yeah, I mean, the overcommitment there from Lost Retones.
Oh, Prime, the Magnet Storm! A public execution of monstrous proportions for KC. They find 2 more, only Crowny remains standing. And KC have ripped the game away from Lost Retones.
Public execution, a fitting name for what KC are doing right now. Lost Retones aren't standing a chance.
As well with the shockwave coming out from Camilo, so he's going to have to retreat because of that. Tao and Yukino think, well, we can just start up the Baron once again. Vader looking for that flank position, doesn't have vision in the pit right now. Long-range ward coming out from KC. Prime's going to try and keep that jungler at bay. Reckless on his way, puts the ward down, but unless Vader can get close enough to the pit, the steal is pretty minuscule as a possibility. Velia is nearby. They dive onto Baus with the Cyclone. They lock him up and Skald runs for the hills. Baus should have done the same. A public execution in with the Glacial Fish stopping Tau in his tracks. He'll be taken down. Yukino still sitting on the Baron, but they don't really have the protection for him to do this now. They're going to tank it. The Magnet Storm in. Reckless falling low. They dive onto Velia. Yukino unstoppable, but it's a 1-for-1. Both supports traded. Velia needs to try and get back in, but it's already smited. KC take the Baron. A flash away from Camillu. The Emperor's Divide doesn't find him. Camillu survives. Calliste with a dash away.
Oh my god!
How did you survive that? Camillu and me onto Callista just knocks him out of range. You can see Camillu having a whale of a time as Tau caught out a little bit here. Cataclysm has to flash out a bit. Meanwhile on the bot side, Callista and Yukino just pushing in for the inhibitor. Osratone is trying to defend with the charge. Yukino able to back away for now. Reckless going in, looking for those concussive blows. The Baus dives a little bit too greedily, a little bit too deep. A TP behind him as Baus will fall first, and now KC are on the march.
And there go all the
Perfect execution hits onto Nemesis. Emperor's Divide out from him to try and protect, but he can't get back to the rest of his team easily. The first Nexus Tower down. The Shockwave does fall short of catching onto Velia. Tau keeping Nemesis at bay. Calliste trying to take down the second Nexus Tower as Tau is clipped with the Winter's Bite. But that second Nexus Tower is going to fall as the Unbreakable unable to stop it. Meanwhile, the dive in from Velia, he just dies immediately, as does Reckless. Lost Ratone is routed by KC as they clean up Brownie in the fountain. KC take it with an 11k lead.
Message received from KC.
That is entirely correct. Jace, the final lock, that's going top? So is it Aatrox jungle?
It might, Aatrox, you know, I was saying...
I need to look at the patch.
Saw there. Does hold on to the flash though, only burns the barrier himself.
Nice pass from Yike as well. Went Razorbeaks into Wolves Gromp and now can look for a level 3 gank as the dive materializes from G2. They're going for Calliste. Good knock up on Hans Sama. Needs one more order. Will get it. It'll be a 2-for-1. In the end, you have to feel in favor of KC. Hans Sama gonna get chased down. The flash from Prime will find him. 2-1 for KC. We'll go back to...
Human, not level 6 yet though. He doesn't get the feast stack.
Oh, true, actually, yeah. I have to track those feast stacks. These worlds ended, and then I just played ARAM Mayhem for about a month. So I don't know the Cho'Gath jungle tech.
Yeah, I did see a lot of AP Cho'Gath in ARAM Mayhem.
Oh, the Bob is dead.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, it's a really poor positioning.
Specifically, Prime is getting pretty fed, which, you know, you love to see.
Skewmon looking for Calliste. Doesn't have the flash, but does have the barrier. No Featherstorm available to him. 6 now hit for Skewmon, but Hans Sama takes it with the axe and cashes in a
Draven, you know, which if they fall behind can feel really useless. So this is exactly what G2 wanted. Oh,
Roman going all out. Look at Tower, doesn't have that flash. KC though would brought 3 players to a top lane fight, and Prime now 3-0-1. Once again, it's the Church of the Crank. Camillu looking to go between worlds and get in here, but can't really find the engage. Good knock-up with the Rupture from Skewmon. Will feast the blue buff and take himself a little bit of the KC jungle away. Hans Sama keeping Callista at bay as well. No way that Xayah can really approach the tower by herself. Camillu might come in and help out.
Don't worry, the Fed Blitzcrank is on his way.
Man, look, he's got a Kindle Gem and a Hope. As the Grubs will be secured by KC. 3-0. For them. So that's if they do manage to get some of these waves pushing out. Jace later on in a side lane will be able to take towers a lot quicker. Aurora can do a similar thing. Has enough escape tools that she can understands a lot of the intricacies of the champion, but also understands that she can just be really good at poking. And finding small advantages. Dashes back in with a double distortion. Really well played by G2.
That looked so easy.
It was so easy.
Yeah.
Just a sliver wide.
Could have been dangerous to have that landed. Oh, the Brov in trouble.
And he is going to get pulled in here. In the middle of KC, Skewmon looking for the Rupture, or even the silence across the wall. Caps dives onto Calliste, down to 200 HP. The Rocket Belt from Skewmon, the whirling whip from Hans Sama, not connected, but look at the damage onto Yike. Calliste with a good sidestep. Skewmon looking for a little bit more of his Prime, forced to flash away. Camillu diving in between worlds, he dashes back. Caps looking for the chains, lands them onto the bunny, but Aurora able to flash away in the end.
And I feel like Cap's such a threat. Handsome looking for more.
Well, he didn't get anything, so he wanted something out of that fight.
Was trying to find a kill maybe, but Caps was such a threat there, landing this poke, landing this harass, and just no real recourse from KC there. Dragon going to be secured here by Skimon. Doesn't have the feast, unfortunately, again for this, but they'll take the second dragon.
You see how close he was to killing Yike with the feast in that last fight?
A bit of momentum, a bit of an advantage. You become such a problem to deal with. And KC, despite the goal being even overall, Handsome are putting so much pressure down.
Trading into Prime, the feathers pulled back, but Blade Caller won't find his mark. Rupture just short as well. Yike trying to get him from the side with Darking Blade, and Hansama with a barrier, not gonna save himself. Kamilu takes the kill now. Skewmon on the retreat, pulled back, but the Infernal Chains just gets out of range. Won't be pulled into KC. Kamilu still chasing him down, but in the end, KC will back away. I do apologize, I was confusing Opportunity and Voltaic Cyclo Sword for a moment, because Opportunity has that longer cooldown, where you don't want to be...
Cancelled the buffer afterwards. That was really well played from KC to deny that. Because Lebrov, knowing the matchup felt safe, get shut down, and now KC looking towards the Rift Herald.
Is that TP coming out from Caps? How forced away towards this top side. G2 could collapse if they so choose. Kamilu TPing towards the mid lane. Driftout already taken out though. Another hook's gonna land onto Lebrov, and then just no saving him.
He just got back.
And the guy's spending more time in grayscale than with a color screen right now. Yike hit with the chains though, and in goes Broken Blade. Good double knocker with a rupture on towards that backline. Tau having to run away. The Intofu finds the knockback. Kalist falls as G2 have found two. They're looking for Prime as well. Caps can jump across the wall. We'll go in with a distortion. Another hook. It's onto the Kasante. Evening out the trades in this fight. Skewmon falling lower. Kamilu with the twofold. Hex will find another. KC fighting back strongly in this game.
Finding some good trades in return. You saw the power of G2's core moving forward for the answers back. You can see it on the unfortunate spot, and this great knockback from Broken Blade gets so much value. But the retreat to the tower.
Oh, we have another fight. Yike's just dead.
Wow.
He was positioning around the Dragon Pit, but G2 were lying away. I will say, having a last look at that replay, Broken Blade came in with the Pathmaker onto Yike and just took him out of the Whirling Death. If I'm Hansama, I'm kind of a little bit pissed. It's just like, hey, there could have been more gold for me. I could have had a little bit more there.
I think he has enough gold. He'll never agree with that.
Always needs more, man.
I think he has plenty.
Got a Collector and a Bloodthirster. Kamilu trying to fist bump with his team. No one joining in. Is this sign of a schism within the KC ranks? No one else pressed U when Kamilu did. Hextech Drake secured by G2. They're one away from the soul now. Artican up in 2 minutes time. Prime. Still looking for the hook. Don't really want to land it onto Caps.
Yeah, the distortion ready to go back. And I feel like really, if you're landing a grab onto Hansama specifically to start the fight, I think that's the angle for KC, but if you're not, he's just such a huge threat right now.
Oh, Tower's just gone for, man.
He's just gone.
Kasante's still a champion, my friends. Bramble Vest and Iceborne Gauntlet enough. The mid lane tower. Because I think that was a really broken part of her kit.
Why was that a thing?
Oh, yes, that is also another question. Prime. Hex flashes forward, looks for the hook. LeBron's going to get the Dredge line down first, and Prime. Well, it's odd that he went in. But G2 even out the score by finding two. Caps gets a second on Kalist. Kamilu, Yike, and Tau trying to retreat, but Tau and Yike. Well, there's only one Rift Herald, and there are two of you to ride it. Who's got the golden ticket to jump in? It's Tau who'll charge away. Yike sacrifices himself for the life of his Jace, and Tau will have to thank his jungler for the escape plan.
That was sweet. That was sweet. Yeah. You know, giving the little exit route for your teammate. But
you've got my heart will go on singing, echoing in my ears. Oh, good knockback. Broken Blade, though, will go all out. He hits the only skill you have to is Kasante to get the kill, and there it goes.
Yike sacrificed himself for this. He let you live.
Sometimes sacrifices are in vain, man.
Yeah.
It's the way of the world.
There's not actually
BB's looking for more. Hansama's here on the flank. Prime didn't realize that his jungle did not belong to him. LeBron lands the flash hook, and Hansama secures the kill.
This is how you know Prime is the carry, because they just burned 2 flashes.
Put out here for Red Bull League of its own. I wonder if... I always think that League chants aren't inventive at all. Now, I'm not smart enough to invent something new. Good hook here onto Broken Blade, actually using the silence from the static field to make sure that he couldn't Pathmaker away. with that unstoppable, but he's Cassante, guys, so he's going to walk away, dashes to his teammate. Prime, you tried, my dude. It was really smart play. Using the rocket, the Blitzcrank ultimate static field.
She's gone.
Yeah, that's the soul for G2. And 23 minutes into the game, they are in total control.
Hextech Soul.
Is it like a bluesy soul? Is it an upbeat soul? Like a reggae soul? Trying to give you like Louis Armstrong, you know, that sort of music, or agree with that?
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm not the most...
Atlas is just better at this than I am, I think, is the way we go with Prime. Once again, looks for the hook onto LeBron, but he's pretty tanky now. Skew on a Broken Blade on the flank with the Hextech Gate. TP's coming out as well as Tao's on the wrong side of the rift and is just deleted. Skewmon gobbles up Yike as well. And now it's on Prime, Kalist, and Kamilu to try and survive. Broken Blade tanking the tower. The Hextech Soul for the slow from Caps. And now the tower, the prize for G2.
I mean, LeBlanc with the Hextech Soul is so annoying to play against. KC, I don't even think they can just defend the base at this point. They're going to lose their inhibitor here. They're just getting forced away.
Yeah, no waves nearby for G2 to look for more out of this, so I think it's just going to be the mid lane in him. Kalist, oh my god!
Where'd he go?
Well, that goose is cooked. As the Vestalians up. No.
I feel like, you know, the dive.
Oh, that is Broken Blade. Yep, okay. The search for a greater Prime still goes on. As now they dive onto Yike. G2 will take out their former teammate.
It's not going well.
What G2 is KC, man. They're feeling blue. Abadi Abadai, you know?
Well, at least... Oh, Kamilu. It's invisible. They don't even care. They want the Baron.
And it's a cute Baron.
Yeah.
It's a cute Baron, you know?
I do love the hat.
But many hats. Oh yeah, Kalista's dead again. Yes.
You know, I think this game, you know, it started with him being Dove level 1. Not a fun time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just gone downhill from there.
If you're G2 going into this game as well, you're just going to say, who do we focus? We focus Yike and Kalist. If we take them down, children's grandchildren will be talking about that and how Faker just won his 50th world title.
Pretty brutal situation to be in, and I think at this point, G2, there's nothing really you can do to stop them. Prime looking for a grab, but at this point...
Could run over and unplug the PCs.
I feel
like
they went for it, I'd respect it.
Some sort of technical interference should be allowed when you're 10,000 goal behind in a game of League. However you want to go about it, blindfolding the opposition, unplugging keyboards, monitors. Because right now, that's really the only way KC get back into this game, especially with this Hex Soul. It's just such a nuisance. Getting the slows down allows the Rupture to connect easier, allows the Distortion to go in. G2 take down 2 inhibs. Are looking for the Nexus towers now. LeBron looking for that hook. Can't quite land it onto Kamilu, who will just jump away.
But decent poke at least.
Yeah, I mean, how decent is it, my dude? Because that is a decent poke right there. Caps heard you and wants to prove you wrong. That's how you poke out an enemy team. And G2 will wipe away KC. LeBron looking for the staggering blows here. The Rupture's going to land onto Kamilu. Nom, 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 nom. Skewmon takes the kill. And G2 set up a date with T1 after this.
I don't think it's poke if you just kill them. I don't think that counts as poke.
The potential dive that G2 are looking for back around.
Yeah, I don't think Caps is going to go for the Vayne mid after all. Instead, it's an Akali, though. Definitely a pick that can get...
Oh, we're already into it. Hansama.
Oh, it's absolute chaos on the rift, and Hansama's already down! First blood for Pays, and in comes Doran to turn it into more. LeBron, 100 HP, gets under the tower, but flashed on! And Pays with a double kill for 2 minutes in his first game with T1.
It's a disaster for Europe. What do we do?
Champions to have a level 1 double kill on as well. Zeri, Carrier, baiting them in a little bit here as the rest of the gang stack it up in the brush, I believe. And Hansama, oh, that's a mistake he's going to regret.
The flash double found as well from Carrier. Absolutely brilliant there. And Doran's just in a great position. Coming over with the hook shot to set up for Pays. with one last auto to pick that one up.
Beautifully. I'd be surprised if Ona moves into this bottom lane, but he's got the wraparound here. Actually, maybe an opportunity. Keria goes forward. Lebrov dodges away from the sun and actually goes forward. He sets up for a kill. Hans Sama with the first one of the fight, and it's answered by Pays.
Pays still able to get that answer back, and honestly for Owner, using the fact that you have that quicker clear, kind of helping out here, because Pays desperately needs this reset and the way to push in. But now Vi on the bottom side,
Hang on. Grab Pays! Pays is down! Hans Sama finds the kill all by himself. Ona answers, but here comes Vi. Ona knocked into the wall, taken low, does not have his smash available, and he goes down. Skumon with the answer. Kills in 4 minutes so far. This is definitely the kind of game we were hoping for between G2 and T1. LeBron moves to the mid lane. Let's try and make sure. Oh, hang on. Rover blade, low HP. Doran walking underneath the tower. But he's being burnt, actually. BB's going to turn it around. Doran gets the magic shield, but he's cut down. Broken Blade with a solo kill.
This is what his Rumble can do. Broken Blade with the solo kill on the top side, and maybe a little bit of a whoopsie from Doran, honestly, going underneath the turret. But still, LeBron fishing with Karma, seeing what he can pick up.
He's dodging away for a bit of the damage. As Keria actually out of mana here. They do have to be a little cautious as Hans Sama dives forward once again. Pays forced underneath the tower, dodges the Q though. As the route onto Keria won't lead to too much. And honestly,
Skumon to the punch. He wants to see if he can do it again.
Ona does not want to let them get away with this on the magical journey as Lebrov takes a tower shot as well. Hans Sama falls. Oh, he finds the Piltover Peacemaker! A double for Hans! Ona can't find his mark, knocked up, and he'll be taken down as a bonus on top. G2 taking it to T1.
G2 own the bottom lane here at Red Bull League of its own. It started off well for T1, but reminded them where we are.
We are here in despite those early kills, he's actually slightly behind in gold versus Hans Sama. It's a 450 gold lead on the Caitlyn right now. Caitlyn, not a champion you want to be behind, but here we go. Ona still the third bot laner for T1 at this point as Hans Sama getting damage down. Skumon dives into the action. Ona chasing onto the G2 bottom lane, and Pays has room to get these autos in, but Ona low on HP, and he's taken down again. Hans Sama still going! How are they getting away with this? And now Caps flies into the action and forces a flash out of Faker. The slow comes on down. Faker trying to escape with this one. Egg's still available, but no teammates to follow up. In comes Vi. Skumon taking him into the egg form, and it's going to be delicious yoke for G2. Very low on HP. See, Hans Sama's already used his ultimate. I'm guessing that's how Dora got so low, but in they go. There's only so much you can do against an ultimatum. Cut into Hans Sama down, and Doran gets the gold. Ona now caught up in the river as Pays trying to support his jungler. G2 have started these grubs off, but I think they might have to retreat on this one. Still positioning aggressively, and Doran dives in onto Lebrov as well. Doran is looking for a second in the bottom side as in goes Caps in the mid lane. Faker down, Ona down, G2 with the grubs.
It's a 2 for 2 across the map, but it's G2 who'll be able to get the grubs. Lebrov sticking around that little bit too long on the bottom side. And Faker not respecting that he's kind of doing the right thing, just getting the hell out of dodge there.
Yeah, too right. Dashing away on this area. Oh, here we go. Frozen in time is Lebrov stunned up, and that should be one for the side of T1. A bit of a freebie for them as Faker grabs that gold. Pays underneath the tower, and Caps punishes, but also just gives him a chunk of gold.
Yeah, 1 for 1, but the shutdown for Pays are going to be kind of all right with that. So for T1, not looking too shabby, finding these small little picks in these small windows, but Keria.
Okay, 1v1 with Hans Sama. I'm not sure this is one that Bard can win, and the cease and desist comes through as well. Skumon is not letting him get away today. Doran arrives in the mid lane to catch this wave, but no way he can do anything versus Hans Sama here.
Yeah, just kind of taking the magic out of that journey, Skumon, as he follows him around. And Hans Sama, a 6-3 with this 4-0 jungler, now gonna have to make magic happen for himself. Exec
ultimatum, but Hans Sama has reinforcements this time. The route onto Doran, the trap will be there to follow it up. Huge damage from Hans as Pays forced away the equalizer. Quite gonna be enough to follow up here. And T1, oh! It's a bit of a doozy.
Not able to get it there for themselves, and G2 continue to get some nice punishing. plays as they set up in this mid wave and shifting pressure towards that top side as well. I think Broken Blade should get another plate on that top half.
It's so hard to play against the Caitlyn that's this far ahead in the game. And Summer just doing so much damage with those kill-tough Peacemakers. Caps trying to get some pressure on the bottom side as well. I mean, that tower is really low at this stage, but realistically...
When you look at Faker's build, right, going for both of those scaling items, it's going to be a while before this Onivia really comes online. So when you look at G2, they do have this kind of winning, but it is T1, right? They are...
They're pretty good at getting to the lane.
Multi-world champions for a reason. And oftentimes it is kind of what we've seen, the small picks that they can find, the windows of opportunity to move people around the map. And right now, they're reading G2's movement well, trying to cover on the bottom side. Faker still has egg.
As the passive available of Rolf moving in, Faker down to 300 as G2 have to back away the wall, not enough as Caps gets that egg but flashes towards Pays. Pays in the middle of all of them, Mello gets into the Tempered Fate and Lebrov over the wall as well. T1 low on HP, Pays still firing away, walks away with his life, but Hans Sammer takes him out in the end. T1 are going fairly even though. Faker still alive in this one as Skewman tries to find more and Oda cuts down another. Double on the Mundo. Oda goes where he pleases. Skewman gets the shield though, as Oda taken down, and G2 regain control.
The Caps goes incredibly deep here onto Faker to initially get the play, but we're back to live.
Oh, here we go, Lebrov caught out. T1 with a crucial pick action.
It's blocking the potential for the Void to get on towards the Bard by using his body, prepping the hook shots, making sure there was no real follow-up there for G2. But Caps does actually get the tower, so there are your feats.
There we go, that's me proven wrong. It's Caps. I suppose you do always have the threat of potentially diving at the end of the day. He's so far ahead in the mid lane. 2.5. Keep our eyes on Caps' inventory as this continues. But G2 looking for the Herald here. T1 positioning like they want to fight for this one. Lebrov caught by the Tempered Fate. I don't know if there's much follow-up available as Skewman dives in onto Ona instead. Hans Sammer exhausted though, so the damage isn't there. And Skewman goes down. In the meantime, a Hextech ultimatum on the backline, and Hans Sammer is taken out as well. T1 finding a couple for themselves. Ona low on HP, but at the end of the day, he's Mundo. Maybe he can get back into the action anyway.
And it's also, oh, hang on.
Hang on, Carrier chased down, but does find the stun. Broken Blade caught by Ona. The healing coming on through, and Broken Blade gets away with it again. A double kill on the Rumble, and G2 stay ahead.
I was about to say, that actually works out for T1. You get the jungler, you also got Hans Sammer. So, okay, take what you can. But instead, they try to force a little bit more.
That for T1 to get back into
Also,
this.
T1 just wants to fight constantly. You're not willing to let anything go this game as Owner steps forward.
Area alongside him here. CC removal, not there as LeBlanc trying to get some damage down. Hans Sammer could be caught here as Doran comes in on the backside, but he's just not got the help. Pays forced away by Caps, and that's a perfect execution and a half! Caps taking 2 out like it's nothing.
The perfect execution into taking the magical journey for another kill to send himself back to the smoke. That was incredible from Caps. G2 looking clean coming into this 20-minute mark.
T1 right now, we're only 18 minutes in, and there is an absurd number of kills on the board. Herald taken, as BB's pushing up in that top side. He'll go for a reset. Hans Sammer gonna have the reinforcements of the Herald in the mid lane, and that is all 3 tier 1s taken for G2.
They're gonna take a celebrity drive away as, again, for G2, this is insane. You just picked up so much gold. You already have 2.5 minutes. They are looking primed and ready to take down the world champions. Caps.
Caps trying to chase down Carrier, but there's Hans Sammer finding the follow-up. Caitlyn playing, but we're a long way away from that really coming into play. With 3 dragons for G2 that Herald already used. Faker, he's out of mana on the bottom side, but Ona's here to help him out in the meantime. And all in the mid lane, Pays gonna be caught up, gonna be stunned up, and gonna be taken down as Hans Sammer basically 1v1's door, and Faker has found a kill on Caps in the meantime.
Yeah, Caps.
Even with Caps down, still a man advantage for G2. They start this Alakan. Ona moving in. The equalizer actually used just to chunk Faker out on arrival, get a bit of damage on Ona. It's enough. And G2 grab Alakan for themselves.
You can see what their attempts are. It's just sit somewhere, fish for picks, and look for the TP in behind G2 here.
Carrier hunting for a stun, flashes but doesn't find Hansama, and Hansama flashing away from the tempered fate and gets it on the fadeaway. Now the all-in from G2, Skumon in the middle of everyone. Equalizer finishing the job onto Pays, and Broken Blade diving onto Faker. That egg ain't gonna save you now. The Skumon looks for more onto Doran. It's going to be an absolute wipe for G2.
Which is better, to be a world champion or in the aftermath be an unofficial world champion? That's what G2 are fighting for here. And they're making sure T1 know as they are now moving towards those space turrets.
Those are the important questions that we are answering today in Munich. G2 and T1 are 1-1 over the last two Red Bull League of its own. And it's G2's opportunity to take the lead in that matchup. Towers galore across the map here for G2. They have every advantage they could possibly.
To bring T1 to the main stage. As now Carrier with the Ghosts, fishing for Broken Blade.
Tempered Fate, gonna keep him in place. Faker gonna look for the stun off the back of it. Not much damage coming through, to be honest. Broken Blade, pretty tanky, and Carrier is one shot. What was that from BB? And now Pays rooted on up. Cap's gonna try and find his way in, but the wall denies his entry. Pays gets over the wall, and Caps can't really follow it up. Perfect execution to try and get over there. LeBron trying to 1v1 Faker. Faker TP's on out, can't quite get the CC down. Faker now able to look towards Hansama, but no! Denied by the brush. In comes Pays, but taken out by Caps in the end.
His last breath is to take down Hansama, but he will still fall at the end of it.
The back world champion.
Yeah, let it be known in the best of three and Red Bull League of its own. G2 potentially. No, Carrier, don't do it. Okay, he's gonna.
You want players here?
Yeah. KT didn't even do that. You know.
True. What you gotta do him like that, Tactor? Oh no, caught out in the jungle. Equalizer coming out. Equalizer feels a little overkill, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that guy was dead.
Yeah, I don't think Owner was having the best of times. And he's still a ways away from getting to that level 16 as Doran tries to see if he can find Caps. But G2, with this Red Bull Baron power play, we're gonna start pushing in through this top side. And already that mid lane turret's gone. You don't really have a huge amount left as Caps. How sneaky can you be?
He's invisible. Can he get away with it? The stun comes on through from Faker. There's a bit of damage to follow it up. A couple of dashes from Caps, and he gets back over the wall. Carrier barely surviving himself. The Skumon is here. LeBron following up with a bit of CC. Carrier solo on HP, but Caps can't really get back in the action. Broken Blade chasing as Skumon is there to make an egg out of him. Is that a phrase? I think that's a phrase.
There's definitely egg on his face after that one. As the punch through ends up killing Carrier on the back line as well. And it's Hansama. Oh my Jesus! Where'd he go?
Hansama's like, forget your fight, guys. He's just ending the game. The trap under the TP, it just one bangs Doran at land. 45-16. What a game here between G2 and T1. T1 jumping onto the stage and being reminded what Europe can bring to the table.
G2 considering the dive, but they do end the game. They ended the game. G2 taking down T1.
Scaling
Therapy.
for T1. As it's going to be a hook champ here for Cardi. So it is Brand, I assume. Getting just whittled down. Owner is on a ward, and NNO immediately start to flee on the bottom side. Another ward there. Owner flashing for it. Those stun comes on through, but both of them get away. Brokey has a lantern as well. And NNO will get away with their lives.
Able to disengage safely from the situation. Good news for NNO, but they're still suffering in the spot lane 2v2.
Oh, the flash from Baze
no.
even dodges the hook. Beautifully done. 2 games in a row as scaling carry and early kills. Here comes Zucker though, as Owner does get stunned up, but just not enough damage. Really on either side, to be honest, in these early scraps.
Yeah, lack of mana as well for Pays and Carrier here to a lot back away, but the fact they had that big CS lead in the bot lane and then get that kill, great start for T1 on the bot side of the map, and I don't know, looking for a bit more here. Oh no.
Oh, Owner back in, and it's another one for Pays. 2 games.
Cooldown to set something up, and I think the Gearing just couldn't chase him down there. Oh, now, oh!
Oh no, taken down Doran with...
Again, T1 happy just to farm up in this situation.
Okay, oh, just shy on the hook dive from No Way onto Faker! No Way gets his solo kill, he goes down, but he'll be happy with that one. Tolkien now with it all on the top side as Doran tries to escape. The stun's there, but there's just no follow-up.
Good old there from Doran to get away from that sticky situation, but a solo...
Now T1 continue to push in this bottom side, and I'm a little bit nervous. Coming on Brokey here, as we could have a dive, smolder breathing fire everywhere. Brokey's still alive though, and Pace jump, there we go.
Wait.
Oh no, it's a 1-for-1. It's a disaster for T1.
The final tower hit in the burn as well. I think it's a good trade for NNO, considering...
I don't think so.
You know, he can put solo-killed Faker in the resume, and that's all that matters.
Exactly. Okay, now No Way in a bit of trouble as Carrier comes in to help out. The stun out from Faker, the root is there as well. And No Way punished for his transgressions in the mid lane.
But Carrier helped, so it wasn't a solo kill, importantly.
I've got devastating news for you. It was a solo kill earlier.
When he died in the tower, yeah.
Brokey going forwards, Pays chunked and will be forced to flash away over the wall. Carney gonna hunt for a hook, but action. Oh, what a shot from Ona across the map. The lantern will keep him alive for a little bit, but Brokey's gonna go down anyway. Carrier with the first one, as Ona chunked himself, doesn't have the sustain just yet, and he's gonna go down. In fact, No Way will be gifted this one. No, he won't. Never mind. Urine grabs it.
I mean, threaded the needle with the ultimate. I was wondering coming into this game if Ona was having to look at the tooltips for Briar on this one, but he seems to have a pretty good understanding of the ult there and finds a good angle. Unfortunately, does go down in the trade, and I don't know, going to be able to take the dragon.
Oh, flash forward from Tolkien.
So
Doran,
close.
good movement. Flashes out to safety, and the Q will sustain him back up again. So should be just about okay in the top side. Big damage on Brokey from Faker. Carney was moving over. Brokey getting really chunked. His Pays moves in. He gets the Drake. That was a single auto attack, I'm pretty sure.
And it feels like the role of stealing objectives is a T180 carry tradition. Pays manages to get it there. We'll have to get a lot more to live up to.
The stun doesn't land, but No Way. I think it's just going to go down. Pays with the kill there. Carney trades it. And now for a bit of support or combat, but I think both of them just going to walk away here.
So much damage, considering the stun didn't connect.
Yeah.
That tension, we think, did I get the kill? Oh,
Tolkien's down. Ona's moved up to the top side. And, well, with two auto attackers in that top lane with Grubs on your side as well. Tolkien's going to make short work of that tower.
Ult used by Ona there, so I assume connected with that onto Tolkien. Unfortunately, this top lane matchup, we saw that near solo kill from Tolkien. I think with the second kill in the place for Doran, it's going to be pretty rough. Oh, he cancelled the recall.
I'm going to be honest, there's not a lot of damage here from NNO. All's good in long fights. Okay, there's the damage as he comes on in. The stun lands. That's going to be one for No Way. A shutdown nonetheless as well. 2-3-1 now as they'll start to come back into this game. The CC chain is disgusting as both top laners destroyed. Oh, Brokey in trouble as well. The flash from Faker to dodge the stun and finds himself a double kill.
That was clean. Also Carrier with the predict on the dash with the ultimate. Sets it up so well, and T1 getting a couple of nice kills on the bottom side of the map. No Way, though, is getting a lot of goals here, so definitely feels like he's going to be the main carry for the team.
Yeah.
But it's a huge goal lead for T1 right now.
I'm not going to lie, remember earlier when we were like, if T1 gets ahead, it's going to be really... I mean, look at the scaling. They're already almost 5k gold up. It's going to be 5k as this tower falls. They've got a Smolder. They've got an Aurelian Soul. They've got a Zehen. This is terrifying. Can you imagine being up against T1? This is the draft, and this is the gold lead?
And
Plating will soon fall.
Plate's going to go down soon. And I feel like Pix is going to be a good angle for NNO. I think straight 5v5 is going to be a bit of a struggle because they are quite short-ranged, playing into things like the Aurelian Soul, like the Seraphine even. I think the ult value so high.
Brokey is so squishy. Has a great little hook there. And it's going to be a pull onto the tower. Carrier's going down. Brokey narrowly survives as Carney finding his angles. Finding his opportunities. Oh, Pays with the cleanse though. Looking looking for the kills, finds it before he goes down.
Carney so clean on the thresh there, landing everything. And that's Tolkien looking.
Tolkien finds a stun here, but the longer it goes on, the worse it gets for the Renekton. Doran just demolishing on the top side. A hat trick now on the Zahed. He's onto the tier 2 already.
Yeah, if I was Tolkien, I would be looking at my mid laner.
Hey, no way. How do you fancy a lane swap right now?
I'd be asking, why did you pick me this matchup? Why did you give him this brand new champion?
Oh, it was looking good when you're in on this one until Faker arrived. And now,
Oh, nice dodge.
a little too much. Under the tower they go. Ona happy to dive forward for this one. A TP coming on through from NNO. No way, looking for an angle. Carney going for the hook again, and he finds it once more. No way, diving into the action. The sustain is there, but I don't think it'll quite be enough. Oh, maybe it will. The stun comes through from Faker as he's channeling, but he's out of mana. And Carney wide on the hook for once. The route across the team, but Paze is just free firing. Paze is taking them down. There's another kill on the Smolder as Brokey trying to get away, but there's nowhere to go. Flashing under his tower, and he will survive.
But Brokey did so much damage there, but just the low health bar is not quite enough to take them out. And Carney, first time misses a hook, I feel there. Unfortunately, not able to find more. It's still T1 getting more and more advantages on the back of these plays. Tolkien
Diving in, looking for Kyrios, but he can't quite get it. And it's another one for the bot lane to T1.
You know, it never feels good to be 0-5 in Renekton, but this is a horrible game to be 0-5 in Renekton right now. And he's trying, he's still trying, I'll give him that.
Maybe the horrible game is the reason he's 0-5 on Renekton. Maybe these two things are connected in some way.
I think he might be onto something there.
They call me Sherlock back home. I don't know why, they won't tell me. But, I'll try and work it out. 7k gold lead for T1. NNO, I think at this point against the ropes, but they're still going for it. They're still fighting. But it does feel like the longer this goes on, the more confident Ona seems to get as well. He's also just flying on through, and Ona diving into the midst of everyone. And it's so easy for these two dragons to follow up.
Honestly, hasn't been too much control of the dragons themselves, you know, only one for T1. Feels like that's kind of been forgotten a bit in this game. When you mention the two dragons, it did make me think of the dragons.
So interestingly, now that they're getting their second dragon, with Smolder and Aurelion Soul, does that mean they just get Soul now? That's 4 dragons, right?
No, it doesn't quite work like that.
No? No, okay. I thought you'd love a bit of dragon humor. That's all the LCK is, isn't it? Banter about dragons?
We do a lot
That's
of
your whole
that.
thing.
We do a lot of that. And it is a Cloud Soul, which Atlas loves. And he is king of the dragon humor, so... Oh, there's a snipe.
No way, jump in. Oh, the lantern, the double charm as well, the roots galore. Doran diving into the action. As NNO over the wall, watching Carney dive, doing nothing, hoping for a pick onto Ona. They find their target. Stun comes on through. The burn is there, and it's not enough.
He's not dying.
He's still alive. The sustain coming on through. Oh God, NNO is bad to worse at this point as Paze is here to finish the kill as well. Tolkien,
Run away, Tolkien, run away.
just wondering what on earth is going on.
Oh man, no!
Oh God, he can't even get away at this point. Doran looking to chase him down. Goes for the pull on in the Dread return, and it is Dread. All it is this game for Tolkien. Doran over the wall. I think in an awkward spot. Will be stunned up. He's underneath the tower, but the rest of T1 happy to dive on it. As it's another one to Tolkien. Carney gets a hook, but it's 2 for Doran in the fight, and no way, has no way home at this point. Doran tanking a lot of damage from that tower, though. Needs to be a little cautious, but we're 18 minutes into the game, and T1 are already hammering onto inhib towers.
Yeah, Paze 1 stack away from 225. Should be able to get it here.
Here we go, Paze, chunk. You're in. No way. Finishing it off. Carrier next on the chopping block is Faker. In the meantime, got Brokey, and he'll zoom on out of the base. Inhib survives though. Huge for NNO. There's now a TP play. Maybe this is the chain of events that can turn this shambles of a game around. Tolkien chasing Faker. Doran is here too though. Tolkien, he ain't tanky at this point. That's a lot of damage going on through. And Doran will be there to finish the job. Ona grabs one as Doran looks for a 2v1 on the bottom side of the fight. Gets the knock up onto Carney, and there's no way he's helping Carney on this one as redemption for the orbital strike onto Carney as well. Magarin solo on HP and Ona has to flash away, no way. Diving back into the fight, but Doran is loving every second. He's down. Taken into his res, but you just can't kill him. You just can't kill him. Brokey tried to do what? What is that damage? It's a double for Doran. There's Agarin next, and he looks for more. Triple for Doran.
He does eventually go down, but so much damage coming out for this champion. Oh, Carney just about. Oh no, Carrier!
T1 are loving every second of this. They're doing a G2, as it were, to NNO.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, and the game is pretty cooked for NNO. Pays has his stacks, Carrier styling on them, flashing over the wall to secure the kills, and Doran has hit raid boss status at this point.
Yeah. This game almost as cooked for NNO as my voice is at this point. There's no way now. Trying to defend this tier 2 at the bottom side. Pays. Flaps his way to safety. Look at the Tolkien, the tanks go in. Faker though stopping, no way from following up. The stun is there. Damage doesn't quite finish the job. It's looking pretty good for NNO to start the fight off as Ona looks for a little bit more, but there's not really anywhere to go, and the Dragons are starting to dominate, but there's a hook from Carney again! Carney's thresh has been immaculate. There's no way. Looks for a bit more action. The shield is not enough against the burns. And the two Dragons pushing forwards alone in the base. Carney looking for a hook, and he finds it again! The CC is there to follow up, and Pays is down, but Doran looks for more himself and eviscerates Brokey. Going underneath the towers for a little bit more as well. Carney, the sole defender here for NNO, underneath these towers, but I'm not sure even Carney can protect himself from Doran, but Tolkien arrives and cuts through the top laner. A T lead for T1. That is the mountain that NNO has to climb. But they're finding a couple of these picks. The items are coming online. We're on the 2 items.
Oh, no way.
Man is no way. Looks for Faker, but can't quite find the kill.
Gets him low, but he's able just to slide out. Oh, the ult from Ona.
Going in, pays the damage onto both Tolkien. The first target is the bird. Is ticking away. Mom flies on through, and Ona finishes the job as Doran low on HP, but there's no such thing as low on HP on Zahen. He just survives no matter what you do, and Brokey will be burnt to death. Another fight for T1, and they look for more. They're not interested in ending the game. They're interested in ending No Way, despite his quite generous draft. They still just want to kill him.
That's your coach, let him go. They'll chase him down. Faker just keeps tapping the slow on him. We'll get range. The two Dragons will beat him down.
I mean, what can you do? And the rest of T1 are finishing the job. 2 games in a row. Absolute bangers here in Munich as T1 decimate NNO.
The Cassiopeia with the poisons. Because the Twin Fangs, obviously, off your own poison, you can proc it. But you can also proc it off your teammate's poison. So with the Teemo and the Twin.
Shenanigans everywhere else on the map. Actually, no, there are some shenanigans up top as well, because Pays has already moved in for an early gank. It's first blood. Pays grabs that one for himself.
They need that wave clear, for sure.
I mean, if there's any champion to just be sweeping up early kills, it's a Kale. Carrier burning and taken down already. Reckless with the first kill. He's stuck up at the tower, but he's not tanking, so he'll walk away. Pays is back in the top lane again as Baus looks for Doran. But the True Silver is going to come on through. And Baus goes down for a second time in 3 minutes, as in the meantime.
We're finding the solo kill in the mid lane, and then we're just getting chaos everywhere. You know, Pays
is just sneaky, sneaky. Crowny slides into the mid lane, but Pays is here. The dot taking onto Ona, but it's not enough. Pays saves the day in the mid lane.
Pays FaZe with some excellent jungle play of just walking into lanes and auto-attacking with Nemesis. Turns it around.
I just love Timo skipping up to the play to just finish the job. A signature pick of his as well, this Jin coming back. Something we've seen time and time again is Nemesis. Looking for Onivia, gets the twin fangs, the poison stacking like you said, and Nemesis grabs the kill onto the Lulu from the mid lane, and that sets up Velia.
Pretty okay. I think he might end up going towards the hold that thought. They are going for a dive.
We'll talk about builds later as the stun against the wall. Crowny down, Reckless looking for Faker, but he gets away. Carrier also gets away. Oh, Pays also walking away as Reckless. 1 HP and a dream! And that dream becomes reality as Baus got a solo bolo! I mean, what more is there to say? Oh, Faker in the mid lane, stun comes through onto Crowny and the flick back as well. Beautifully done by Faker. And they found themselves some cheese in the mid lane.
Yeah, I definitely...
This Timo jungle looking pretty good, honestly, so far. Delia getting chased down by Hayes, the grounding. Gonna keep Nemesis alive as he flashes over the wall, but that will be one group taken by T1. So not allowing all three over to Los Ratones. Bounce. Just trying to get some damage down, but Doran wins the trade in the end.
If I remember, wasn't it Timo Jungle that Antara played last year?
You know what? I think you might be right. Antara subbing in last year. For anyone that didn't watch last year, Antara subbed in 41 and looked kind of has got so many ganks towards this mid lane.
Yeah.
As a jungler, that's got to feel bad. You finally get to play a lane for a little bit and the jungler just sits in your lane the whole time. Oh, Baus, 1 HP, will fall down. That's one to Faker again. As Baus just clearing away these minions using that Scion passive to maximum efficiency. His signature move, but Doran is scaling up nicely here. A little bit of gold lead on the Kayle as Nemesis has been caught out. Carrier slides into the action as well, and Pays grabs another.
That's the thing, against 280 carries, you can only blind one of them. Good setup there. Pays landing the stun to allow Carrier to come in. Some of that bot lane synergy.
Oh, Crowny's been found. Pays has got him already. Crowny forced to flash very early on, but Carrier now stepped too far forwards. Reckless getting that damage down. Pays turning around onto Reckless though. He's in the 2v1 in the end and he'll fall. Pays barely surviving, but survive he does as Ona finds another one. And Faker is hunting Crowny. Crowny looking for a rat run on the Los Ratones, but Ona finds him and puts out a trap. Baus now getting flashed on by Doran as it's action across the entire map, but the Q is enough to scare Doran away.
Close one there. You hear the ult go off when this fight was happening bot, so... Oh! Nemesis looking there. T1 getting a big play, pulling ahead on the back of that one. Able to clean up a lot of kills there, and Pays getting really far ahead on this Vayne now. 5-0-3. Honestly, the best game we've seen from him so far today in the jungle. Of all places.
Pays is loving it. I mean, marksman on both sides of the jungle here as Nemesis getting chased down by Faker, who so far, his pike has been looking decent, but it's another wide Q as Ona keeps himself alive with the wild growth, and Pays just trying to get this damage out. Velia though still surviving, and Pays forced to go in on the plate to dodge the poison, and it doesn't matter! He finds both of them! Pays outplays!
Gotta watch out for the shield, look at the shield, he just walked in! I think he might have got a shield. I think he got a shield. Ooh.
Close one, but he's okay. He's alive.
It's like a horror movie.
Shrooms everywhere. Jump scares for Pays the jungle. Nobody's coming.
I think it's a good plan. Just let it go. I think the attempt just to get some plates on the top side. You know, Baus, he knows what to do when the game's in a bit of a dire state.
Oh, knock up onto Doran. He just used his flash earlier. Taken down. Baus with a beautiful fake, finds the knockup, and Crowny finishes the job. Nice. You signed up for this. When you 2v1 Baus for the first, like, 4 levels, you sign up for some ganks. Pays now, taking a bit of damage from Nemesis, who's pulled back in, stunned against the wall, and finished off by Faker. Crowny can't quite finish the job as amazing as he can. The poison comes on through as he tries to get into stealth, but Faker finds another.
More gold as well to Pays.
Finishing the job.
A little bit low in the health department.
Yeah, slowed up. Ona
Turret
He's been baited in because Crownie's still here. Crownie has spent the last 5 minutes top lane, and he is just sweeping up the kills.
It's all a bait. And I think this duo has just been doing so much at the moment. The Scion just... Again!
Oh no! Again, another one falls for it. Pays though has some damage, and he's looking to turn around on the Crownie. It doesn't work out. Bounce Fighter this time. Bellier now in a 2v1 as Faker looks to hook him under the tower. Beautifully done. Another kill for Faker. There's now Nemesis being chased through the jungle. Faker is quietly getting incredibly fed in this one. Another pullback, getting the damage down as Doran tries to help his support out. Faker has to back away in the end.
It just kind of feels like a heist from Crownie and Baus, just pulling this off on the top side of the map. The rest of the map, let's be real, kind of falling apart. But they're making things work on this top side. Faker looking for more here, though.
Oh, he gets the Gromp as well. 6-1 and 2 on the pike with a Gromp to boot. There's suddenly a TP from Velia. Doran. I mean, Faker was around. Faker is not coming to help Doran. Doran down. Twin bang from Velia as Owner tried to help out his top laner and instead gets poisoned and burned. And now firing from the other side of the map is Reckless, but he can't quite finish the job. Faker behind enemy lines here. The health bars are low. That's one for Faker. Can't quite finish the second, but Velia gets the stun and turns it straight back onto Pays. T1 flee under their tower.
Faker tries to find the play, does get one, but isn't able to translate into more Baus.
Baus is just looking for them all by himself. Double as Reckless dives underneath the tower. The W! Sniper from the bottom lane. Reckless gets another.
And just as I felt like the game was slipping away, a huge fight for Lost Ratones here, and the goal lead's starting to close. Another one! Doran,
yeah. He's fallen for it one too many times.
You just have to
this
assume
game.
every single brush. Baus is in there. Now Faker.
Looks to Velia, dodges the poison. Very nicely done. He just has to survive, but Velia!
Oh, he lives!
Oh my lord, Velia! The sustain on the Cassiopeia. Single-digit health, I believe.
And Faker outplayed there. And now the goal lead less than 1,000. At one point,
Crownie started that 1v1 with Carrier. Just out DPS's him. Reckless didn't quite have the damage to follow up, didn't have the ultimate available.
yeah, I think some great plays have come out from Lost Ratones to get them back in the game, but still have to respect there are some Fed members on the other side. Pays is looking.
Elia knocked back. Pays sort of 2v1 here, but Owner and Carrier are moving on, and it means Nemesis is caught out instead. Reckless getting chased down by Faker, and Doran's there to finish the job. 2 for T1 as in comes Baus. The ultimate onto Faker, though, keeps him alive. Nicely done by Doran at the nick of time there. Wild Growth maybe coming through as well. It's now Velia.
Oh, might be in trouble if they close in on him.
He's trying to threaten Pays now, getting onto Baus as well. Flashes to finish the job as Crownie looks to answer. The dot should tick enough. Faker trying to protect. His jungler can't quite do the job. And this is just tooth and nail. Every second is pure carnage. Carrier gets caught by the poison. Twin Fangs finished up as Crownie gets one. Velia looking to get the damage in, but he's outranged by Owner! Twin Fangs to the face and Faker down again. Velia somehow surviving as Crownie gets another. LR are hanging on.
Finding the clutch plays
Trying
the
to get onto it and just been shut down. The damage too good, the sustain too good.
Blue team's
And now headed towards some spikes as well as Rod of Ages is stacking, his Seraphs is stacking. Velia is only getting stronger from this point.
And especially like a lot of the composition of T1, it's so auto-attack based, right? You need to close in, there's the blind, which is a lot of threat in the Teemo, but also if you're in auto range of Cassiopeia, there's a threat of the ult, there's the Twin Fangs DPS, which is such a problem. T1 now looking for this Cassiopeia though on the top side.
Faker already getting absolutely chunked there, but Velia pulled in and finished off. Pays grabbing that kill as Crownie has been found as well, stunned against the wall. Pays does so much damage at this point, but not enough. Crownie out DPS's him and sneaks away after everything. This has been going on. They're just taking towers. At this point, we are just seeing T1 now start to push towards victory.
You will say they're taking towers. Baus did just take a tower in the bottom side of the map, so he is answering back.
It's literally just 400 gold between our two teams. The closest game of the day. By a bit of a margin, I'd say. 19 minutes on the clock. And you know both teams want to finish on a win today. Lost Ratones trying to collapse on towards T1, but Bounce found in the jungle. Faker is here as well. The ultimate a little wide, but he's still alive. Gets the knock up onto Ona, still surviving somehow. And now zombie mode to finish the job. The knock up from Ona. And the slope from the Glitter Lance as Carrier goes forward into 3 people. I don't think he realized how many were there. Belly down though as Paze arrives on the scene. Nemesis, next target for the Fane jungle as Crowny tries to sneak away once more. We've seen this 1v1 not long ago and it looked pretty good for Crowny. Ona, very low on HP. Quite knew the damage he needed to pull that one off. Here we go. Everyone's stacking up for the Drake. This is literally only the second Drake of the game at 20 minutes on the clock.
There are objectives in this game? It's been very kill focused.
It's true, it's true. That's 2 though. 2 groups as well. But Lost Ratones as Velia, he's found Faker. And that's some good damage, and the mushrooms are starting to really tick away on T1 as well. Pace taking a chunk there. Remember, Velia is going to be an absolute cannon with all the poison from his team, but Carrier diving into the action with the ult from the Kale as well, but he's down once again. Oh, it's disaster for T1 as Doran doesn't have his ultimate available. But Atakan finishes the job. Atakan now down. Lost Ratones grabbing the Atakan, grabbing the kills, looking for Ona as well as Reckless. Gonna try and finish the job. Curtain call comes through. And Reckless finishes it off.
And considering the lead that T1 had earlier in this game, Lost Ratones in full control now. Pick up the Dragon, pick up the Atakan. Not quite a clean sweep in the fight, and they will lose another on the back end, but in a much better position on the back of those 2 objectives. Faking out from the Vayne as well. And with your carry's gone, you're in big trouble now, though. Carrier goes in, nearly kills Crowny.
Carrier taken down. Baus finds another, looking for the Q. Ona sidesteps it, but he's walked into Reckless instead. That's a lot of damage at this point in the game. The curtain call again. It got Ona last time. Looking for Faker. Ona dodging. Reckless, I don't think had vision of Ona there at that point, so walks away. Faker. What? Do it! Baus does it again! Finding his mark. Pays now, chased away by the rest of them as Lost Ratones. They're doing it again!
You know what? He just bought another year of rent in Faker's mind for that one.
It's not just Faker's mind. This whole team quakes in their boots when they have nightmares about Baus's Scion.
Gotta respect it.
I guess maybe thought the Q was on cooldown. I don't know.
You know what? It was funny the second time.
Paze is burning. Velia looking for Ona now. That's one onto Paze. Ona being chased away in the jungle. The Twin Fang's doing so much work at this point. Baus charging forwards. The knock-up onto Doran, and the knock-up onto Doran again. Crowny finishes the job as the stun comes through onto Paze. Faker trying to help his jungler, but there's just nothing he can do. It's Carrier, not Paze, but it doesn't really matter which AD carry it is. Lost Ratones are all over it, and they might just finish the game.
Gonna push down in the base. Faker, the last player standing to try and defend against 5. Not sure he can do it. Even the god himself is gonna struggle here.
Lost Ratones are on the cusp, and they decide to play it safe.
Or maybe
Still had a long while on the death timers, to be honest. I think they just want a bit more gameplay.
they want to play a little bit longer, you know. There's only been...
Oh no! Faker's got the root come through. He's gone.
Gets him again.
Baus gets yet another kill onto Faker. At this point, he's just counting them up. Ona. Oh my god! What is that damage? Baus is just having a field day. 9, 5, and 10. That's way too positive of a scoreline. Absolutely obliterated as Baus looks for more.
Wait,
that's 4.
Give him the
Pace
penta.
trying to escape. Baus timing out. No penta, but it's an ace for Lost Ratones.
Oh, that's sad. I thought he was gonna get it.
It felt like it.
Little bit of disrespect there from Paze. But now Faker. Oh,
Nemesis with the sidestep and the Faker remote from Reckless as well. 2 Nexus towers down and inhib in the mid lane, but Lost Ratones, they're not done. They
punch down for him. Carrier.
He's not even fucking awake.
Oh, Baus in the wings.
He's going in. Here comes Baus looking for Pace. Baus, big damage, but no pull down his Q. Knocked into zombie mode. Won't be able to find anything this time. T1 playing well, but stunned against the wall as Pace. They finished off As the curtain call comes through, Doran sidestepping and will get out of the cone. Reckless can't quite find the value, but the mushrooms can. As Nemesis grabs that one, Reckless is godlike as he takes down Carrier. Los Ratones playing with their food at this point as Ona goes down. The orbital strike, 900 gold. As I'm not even sure whose redemption that was, to be honest, at this point, but Velia falls.
And they're just trying to look for Faker on the base, on the fountain.
The minions have done it. Los Ratones repeat history.